All right, moving on to match number 3. Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero versus Edge. Very very interesting matchup to have these two going up against each other. At the time, Edge was coming out to Rob Zombie's song Never Gonna Stop Me. And that I actually liked when he switched to that song. I was a little disappointed when they got rid of it, but I guess it aged out. Apparently the backstory on the match is that this is somehow based out of jealousy for one another. I never got like the full story as to really why they had jealousy issues or whatever, but
was Vicky Guerrero involved in this?
No,
no, she didn't really. No,
she wasn't around for a few more years.
That's right. Yeah.
He was out for a month. Edge was out for a month with a shoulder injury prior to this match. And so once they get this match going, they naturally Eddie basically targets the shoulder.
I love that.
Yeah, you pick a body part and you work it. And and when you know when somebody has an injury, that's where you go.
And Edge sells it.
And it's nice because it just kind of writes itself,
Well, it makes sense. I like when the match storytelling makes sense, and this made total sense.
Yeah. We were having this match officiated by a young Brian Hebner, who was still working his way up in the referee scene, but son of senior referee Earl Hebner. So reffing is in his blood, and he's still out there now, I believe, isn't he? I think he's with AEW or something.
I believe so. Yeah, not WWE, but
yeah, either them or Impact or something. So one of the things I noticed was just he's so natural in his movements, and with Edge, like they just everything he did made sense. It just it was very deliberate. It made, again, like he going after the shoulder, like he went after the shoulder, but he found about 15 different ways to do it. You know, it's not like he just going and just keeps punching him in the shoulder or something like that, or I mean, like he'd put him in stretches and holds, and he'd whip him into the corner, and he'd find ways to just keep doing it. And he looked like he wasn't thinking about what do I do next or anything. It was just like a pit bull just going after him, and he's like, okay, now I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do this, and
very fluid.
Yeah. And just I thought it's been a while since I saw Eddie Guerrero work in a match. I haven't seen a match with him in a long time, and I just saw that, and I'm just like, yep, that's why he was awesome. I'm like, he was the man. Edge was really just starting to come into his own at this point. I mean, he had been around a long time, and he certainly had made his name with the TLC matches and stuff like that when he was tagging with Christian, but he was still, as a singles guy, I think he might have been like a year and a half or so into being in the singles, and was doing fine, but I mean, just hadn't really taken off just yet,
Right. Yeah, he didn't reach anywhere near the level that he eventually would reach.
At the time, I wouldn't have thought he would get to where he is now.
Nor did I.
But no, he eventually became the man. I mean, I was, and I was glad. I thought that was very cool to see. So
I thought he'd have a nice career. I thought he'd have a long career as long as he wanted it. I didn't think he would achieve like superstar status. I thought he would just be kind of a second tier guy.
Right. Who won this one?
Edge did with the spear.
Edge wins with the spear. That's right.
Well, a spear into a pinfall. Yes.
Yeah.
At win almost 12 minutes, 11:50, which I thought was again a nice time for a match. There's no quickies on this one.
No, they and they're all roughly around the same. Yeah, you're looking at like 9 to 14 minutes or something like that. That's pretty close. So
and they weren't dragging.
Yeah, that I feel like they were the right amount of time needed for everything. And that's one thing I can say about all the matches on this. I feel like they none of them went longer than they should have or
I
felt
thought,
like.
well, we'll get to it, but I had a couple that I thought could have been clipped a little.
Okay.